Feeling good. I hope everybody
Here I am.
online
I'm
that
live.
is enjoying the show, is having a good time, and we hope that you're at peace at home.
My
having
show,
some
my
fun,
show,
having some
right here,
drinks,
right now,
whatever that is.
everybody.
It might be some eggnog.
Here we are. We are live at 5. Well, it's a little after. I wanted to finish the Gary Howie thing. I was trying to get it to go live on Facebook, and it looks like it probably is. I hope it's not a double feed. So if you're listening and you can hear me twice, let me know, and I'll see if I can do something with the microphones. Meanwhile, welcome to the Christmas show. Woo! It's my first one. And yes, as promised, I'm in a cute my little elf outfit here. It's just, just for today. And, this is actually Christmas tree skirt, but I liked how blingy it was, and it's kind of small. So probably my little Abby dog, who is right here. I don't know that I've introduced her yet to everybody. She's my little Abby dog. Come on, over here. Okay, look. Oh, there she is. Yeah, there you are. There you are. Yeah, she's so scared. You don't know what's going on. I'm dressed weird, and I'm making you do things. Anyway, this is my little Abby dog. It's about 7.5 months old, maybe 8 months old, and she's nervous on camera. I didn't know she had stage fright. Are you okay, baby? Okay, we'll let you go. All right, you be a good girl. She's a pretty good girl. Anyway, so yeah, we're just getting things around, just done up here at the Renzi Brock residence in Visalia for Christmas this weekend. It's going to be so much fun. I'm not going to make this a very long show. Someone had recommended I kind of keep things short. So unless I actually have a guest and we have some content, that will last longer, then of course. But today I wanted to talk about just a couple things. First, the anxiety in the holidays. And I mentioned it, I think, last week, but I wanted to kind of just tap into that just a little bit more because it recurred to me today that today is the 7th year. My mom passed away 7 years ago today. And so just kind of like, it's not been the same since she's been gone. It's not been horrible. It's just not been the same. So I thought, you know what? There's a lot of people out there, and I saw posts today on Facebook about people who were having some trials, just trying to, they miss their mom or their dad or whatever, their loved one or whatever. A friend of ours, their husband just passed away a week ago. So there's a lot of things going on at the holiday season when you should be cheery and happy. And yet there's this going on. Now, I'm prefacing this, I might look a little tired because I think I am a little tired. What the deal is I just drove 400 miles today. I got up at 7. Well, actually, it was yesterday morning. Got up at 4. I left around 5:30 or 6 yesterday morning, Wednesday. Drove to Yarrington, Nevada, which is typically a 6.5-hour drive. On my way, I'm taking the 99 North because I'm in the Central Valley, California, and I'm going to cut off into the 88E. I've never taken the 88E before, but I did yesterday. And I've only ever had to use chains on any vehicle I've ever driven in my life for like over 40 years of driving once. And then yesterday. So, I got some owies. I left the house. I forgot to bring my hiking, boots for outdoors. So I'm in my little sweater boots that got soaking wet through my wool socks, trying to get the cable chains on my tires so I can travel. So I got the chains on, took about an hour. Nice, somebody who works on the roadways, I don't want to say so he doesn't get in trouble, but he's very, very pleasant and he helped me get through it. So of course I gave him some homemade cured olives and some hand warmers. Poor guy was frozen. Anyway, so I'm driving up there and it took a little longer. Got there, saw some family. I went to go pick up a Christmas present for my son who will be here on Christmas Day. So and it was important to go get that right now. So then I'm coming back today and I decided not to take the 88E because as bad as it was yesterday, there was more storm coming in those parts. And I believe 88E, parts of it anyway, were closed. I would still be stuck there doing this show from the 88E if I had decided to go that route. So I decided to take from Yarrington, Nevada, which is about an hour and a half south of Reno, maybe 2 hours south of Reno, Yarrington down to the 395, on into the 14, through Tehachapi, off the 58, through Bakersfield, and then here home. Well, I've taken 395 to Yarrington hundreds of times over the last 40 years, and I've never had to put chains on. I didn't today, but I got to tell you, today was one of the most scariest days on that road, and it's a beautiful drive. Typically, I've never had an unpleasant drive going to where my family lives. And so I was coming home and it was scary. Now, there were many warnings to put my chains on. But number one, I still had my sweater shoes. They were dry from the day before. And two, it was really, really cold outside. I'm by myself and I didn't want to. Just like I know that's not wise. So I'm just praying to God. If you can just put like 5 dozen angels in the front and on the side and the back of me, I promise never to do this again. I won't next time I ever even think about that. I'm not going to do it. And I'll make sure I have somebody with me if I'm going to drive in the winter on those roads. But they're getting like 3 inches an hour up in the Mammoth. So if you are a skier, this is the weekend to go. Get there early, like get there at 8 o'clock in the morning kind of thing. And make sure you have chains. If you have all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, you're going to need it all. But there's going to be a lot of snow. So took a 6-hour drive, took me 8.5 hours. I got home about 2 hours or an hour and a half ago, just in time to, wash my hands and get dressed and be here for you guys. So let me do some adjustments here. Oh, sorry. And you're welcome to contact me. I'm going to put my texting phone number. If you want to text a question or anything, just go ahead and do so. It's in the comments of the YouTube. I don't know if I can do that here on the live Facebook page, but you can just, go to YouTube, go to my YouTube studio. Anyway, so there was a little bit of anxiety, and as I'm driving through this, I love to practice. I really do. Everything I like to teach my clients in anxiety, in fight or flight. And there was about an hour and a half today where cortisol and adrenaline were totally hitting my veins today. And I was scared, and I don't scare easily. And I was actually scared. Fortunately, what you see on the road, nobody had chains. Now, I may have been the only car that wasn't all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive on the road. And there was only one other car that was a sporty car that had looked like he may have spun into the Meridian, into the snow, Caltrans, and the tow truck, and the CHP was out there. And I was just going to, I just traveled in people's wake in front of me. And they were scraping the road often with the snow plows and the sand and the hot sand and stuff. So I was just thankful. So I started thinking, what, my show doesn't have to be all about anxiety. I'm grateful. I made it home very safe. And then I was able to, I got home. I got home plenty of time to get ready for my show today. That was the goal today, to do yesterday, drive out there, pick up the gift, and then come back. I didn't want to mail it. So all that to say is it was tumultuous. It was spooky. It was some crazy weather. I'm going to post it on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, ILAH Brock, CHT. So you'll be able to see those pictures here in a little while when I post them, how bad it was. And yes, I know you don't have to tell me. It was kind of stupid for me to not pull over, but I made it through. I got to Bishop and everything was clear sailing after that. So I was pretty happy about that. So yes, I'm in gratitude. I decided we're going to make this about gratitude today as well. So it would be, someone might think it's easy and some might not think this is easy, but here's a challenge for you. Can you just take a piece of paper and a pen and just write down at least 25 things that you're grateful for? I'll do it and I'll post it for next week. But what are some things that you're grateful for? And right off the top, I have 3 amazing children. I'm grateful for them. So that my children, if you have 12 children, AJ and Cheryl, that's one. You're grateful for your children. Okay. And then be grateful for, I'm grateful for my, this amazing man that's in my life. His name is Mike. And we're like, he's just an amazing guy. And I don't know if I'd be where I'm at. I know for a fact I wouldn't be where I'm at today without him. And he's just my right hand, my best friend, and just a great all around best boyfriend ever. And I do love him very much. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for Christmas to be here. It's a Saturday. 2 of my 3 children are going to be here on Saturday. So I'm very grateful for that fact that we're going to have, a few people here for dinner that we're going to cook. Well, Mike's doing the lion's share of cooking because he's an amazing cook. My youngest daughter won't be here. She just got married a couple months ago, and she is in another country, and for operational security, I'm just going to leave that there. So she couldn't make it home, the restrictions and all that, and it's expensive. So, but we'll probably do some live streaming. But I'm grateful for that. So there's a few things right there off the top. I'm grateful that I had a defroster in my car because I've owned cars without a defroster before. I am grateful that I had air conditioning because, I'm a woman in my 50s, and sometimes even in 30-degree or 16-degree weather, tropical storms happen inside. Right, Lori? Anyway, so, and a few of my other friends. So it was a very good learning experience for me today. And just learning that, what, I am in gratitude. I am gratitude that, I did something stupid, but it did work its way out, and I won't do that again. I'll listen to my own reason. Remember those two voices I've mentioned in the past? I've got my voice talking to me, telling me, just keep plowing through. And the other voice saying, you should have stopped. Or maybe it's the other way around. I should stop. No, just keep plowing through. Just keep going through. Just be really careful. I'm going to be really careful with ice on the road, right? Like, I can overcome ice. I did today, but there were a few little fishtails. So, don't lay on the brakes. If you need to know how to drive in snow and ice, you should probably learn. I have an automatic, but I do a lot of downshifting and try not to use my brake. If you're using the brake and you're on ice, it's just going to lock up your tires and you're just going to slide. I don't want to do that. That was going to be scary. So I can challenge you, do 25 things. And if you can do 125, that's even better. Okay. So that's the gratitude part of today. Next, today's going to be short, but I want to talk a little bit about anxiety, because today I was in anxiety driving down Mammoth Mountain off of 395, and it was scary. It was scary yesterday, but I wasn't as scared yesterday for some reason as I was today. And I don't know what the impetus, what was that? I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I'm home and safe. I'm not going to worry about it. But there was some anxiety, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I can overcome this. So what's on the other side of my anxiety? What is the positive intention to my anxiety? And think about it like this. If I was driving that road and I was 25 or 17, I wouldn't have cared. I was impervious to anything. I would have just sailed through and not even given a thought to anything, not to another person. That's why I stayed away from all the cars, so that if I didn't spin out, I didn't hit anybody. But I was very careful. So what is that anxiety, that fight or flight that we live in sometimes? And I was living in it for a while today, and I didn't like it. So, but it was there on purpose. It was there to let me know danger is ahead. Hey, stupid. No, I'm not stupid, but come on, wake up and smell the hummus, chica. You're supposed to pull over. And I wasn't listening to my own advice. So, but I was in this. So I started thinking about, okay, well, if I'm not going to pull over, I can at least work on my show while I'm driving, right? I only got 2 words written down because I'm driving in the snow and the ice. So I wasn't going to write much down, and it's voice to text anyway. But I was just thinking about the anxiety thing. Anxiety, I've learned, is actually a negative emotion for a future event. Now, that emotion was very negative to me today. That anxiety I'm in today was very negative, and it was for a now event, but it was also that future event. What if I spun out? What my anxiety was there to let me know that something can happen. So it's not just, for a future event, could be 10 years from now, tomorrow, 10 minutes from now, or you're in it and it's in the immediate future. There was anxiety for my immediate future, and it was there to protect me, and I wasn't listening to it. And how often do we do that? We go into a state of whatever, and then we don't listen to that intuitiveness that we should have. But I'd still be up there on the mountain and not home safe and sound. Although I don't know, maybe I would have made friends. Who knows? I could have stayed. I mean, maybe I missed an opportunity and I could have stayed up there and, done something else. I don't know. Anyway, but I just knowing that anxiety it's there to help us. So there is a positive intention find out what that is. So now, if you're in anxiety today, anticipating the holiday coming up on Saturday, that's called anticipatory anxiety. So you're anticipating anxiety already, and nothing's happened yet since Saturday. So nothing's happened. So why are you in anxiety? So I want you to do something. Imagine right now thinking about Sunday, the day after Christmas. Everything's done. The presents were unwrapped, the food was eaten, the people came and went. Everybody had a good time. Imagine Sunday, what that day will be like. It's not Saturday anymore. You've already gone through that. Imagine what that day is like. But now I want you to move to Sunday morning. And most of us, if we think about it, will have this sense of relief, this sense of letting our shoulders down. We got through another one. I want you to hold that right there. Hold that emotion right there, that sense of it's done. Hold it. And imagine that emotion moved to right now. Saturday hasn't happened yet. Sunday hasn't happened yet. And you're using your imagination and taking that moment of relief and awe. And it was fabulous and happy and all of that good stuff on Sunday. And just imagine, even if you have a hostile, toxic family every single Christmas, it doesn't matter. Sunday's here now. Saturday's over. Christmas is done for you. Hold that emotion. Even if you, I physically, I'm in my head taking, a circle or something, and I'm calling it emotion, which is energy in motion. And I'm bringing, since it's energy, it can move, right? And it's in motion. So I'm taking Sunday's emotion and I'm imagining moving it to right now. And I feel so much better. So amazing. She's holding on to emotion. I'm in anxiety. No, don't be in anxiety, Rosalinda. No. Hold the thought of the next day. If it's not anything about Christmas, for example, maybe there's something coming up, a bill you have to pay, some near future event that is creating you some anxiety. Okay. Now think about that. Now I want you to go 15 minutes past it and imagine what you feel like 15 minutes past it. And if you can imagine that feeling, 15 minutes past it, okay, it's done. It's over with. Anxiety is a negative emotion about a future event. And that's a very broad statement. It's not a tight definition. It can be anything right now. I was in anxiety about a future event today, seeing my life out flash before my eyes, and I shouldn't have, but I did. And, and I won't do that again. I promise I won't do that again. You got it in recording right here. And Rosalinda said she just practiced, and now she's holding on to Sunday's emotion, and Sunday's emotion should just feel so good. Sleep in a little if you can. Keep your pajamas on a little longer. Have an extra cup of coffee or cocoa or tea. Put your feet up. Watch a program that has nothing to do with Christmas. I have a friend of mine. She lives in Long Beach, and she is a breast cancer survivor. And every year at Christmas time, she'll wrap presents and watch. It's an Amazing Life. What's the name of that movie with Jimmy Stewart? It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life. Thank you. Every year, it does. That's a great movie, and it does let you know about, be thankful for the life that you have. And at the very end, we would tease even my mother, as I think about my mom. At the very end, they're all bringing in their money into the basket, to help him. And this lady comes in and she's shaking her basket. She goes, "I'm saving this for my next divorce, but you can have it." I just thought, that's my mom. It was like, oh, my mom always had the wash and wear wedding dress. That's kind of what she always looking for her future ex-husband. That was my mom, but she was only married 4 times. But it's all right. She only counted 3 of them. I know, right? Anyway, she used to make a joke of it a lot. So, but what I'd like to give to you, normally I would have had my tech lady here. Her name is Rosalinda, and to have her sing us a song, but she can't be here today because she's making tamales. Ugh, she's a tamale maker. But I'm going to have some tamales, homemade tamales. Okay, I'll take it. Anyway, but I do wish everybody just an amazing holiday season. I will be back next Thursday, live at 5 for a New Year special. And wait for it. Friday night, I'm also going to go live for a New Year's Eve special. And I'll go live around 10 o'clock. And we'll see the new year in, just like Dick Clark did. Well, maybe I should start at 9. Isn't that when midnight hits in New York? Maybe I'll do that too. I don't know. Well, I'll give you information next Thursday. I haven't even designed the program yet. So these programs sometimes take on a life of their own, just like today. I knew I was going to talk a little bit about anxiety, but I also wanted to address gratitude and learn and know and think about what is your highest value. And here's an offer for you. Anybody who's listening to this or ever listens to this, you got to mention it. The buzzword is leopard skin. Okay. So if you call me, and I'm going to put my number here in the comments. If you call me and tell me leopard skin, I'll give you not just my free consultation about what I do and help you get an appointment with me or whatever, but I'll actually work with you for about a half an hour and help you with some anxiety right there on the phone with you for about a half an hour. So you've got a little anxiety. We're going to go through it and plan on when I say half an hour, plan to spend 45 minutes with me, kind of thing. Just Merry Christmas, and just so you know that you can get past anxiety in the best possible way. And she's holding the emotion. Good for you. You're holding the emotion. I'm so excited. Yes, keep holding, keep holding. So, and anybody who watches this in the reruns, by all means, same buzzword. I'm not going to say it again. You'll have to watch the show all 26 minutes before now to find out what the buzzword was in order to get that quick free session. And then it'll be good anytime somebody mentions it. That'll be fine. I don't have a problem with that until I can't do this job anymore, which I love. And so I am ILAH Brock. This is Most Things Hypnosis. And this is my show. I'm live at 5 every Thursday, or I say probably 50 Thursdays out of the year. And then I'm a hypnotherapist here in Visalia, California. I do remote sessions and in-person sessions. I do occasional house calls. It really does depend. They're on a case by case. People who've just gotten out of surgery, or I'll go visit somebody in the hospital and work with them there, etc. I also work with people in grief. Yes, I'm not a grief counselor, but I work with people who are in some kind of bereavement. And hypnotherapy can definitely help you and your reaction to the grief. Sadness is the hardest part of, in my opinion, about grief. Sadness, I'd rather be angry than sad. And I don't want to be angry. And then I do my best never to be angry, even when someone tries to cut me off. But, okay. Yeah. Anyway, it happens. So I cheers everybody. I look forward to y'all joining me next week. And let's have an amazing Christmas. Please chime in. Tell me about your Christmas. Show me pictures. What are the things that were brought to you? And are you being naughty or not? So I have it in with Santa Claus. He's my friend. So by all means, make sure you're good, because I know how to find him. And he's I got him on speed dial. So just know that. And if there's any problems, you just let me know. I'm there. Okay. Take care. And I love everybody. Make kindness and appreciation and gratitude your highest value, and be in congruency. Take care, everyone, and have an amazing holiday. ILAH is out. All right.